like sheep from youth, with an unseen hollowness of a bad-seeded fruit headed for rotten. But family that wished to see him through never would stop him from examining the risk of easy loot. Began with the addiction gateway of weed and booze, and he had his first conviction take place for beating dudes to a bloody pulp. Skin thickened after 3 in Juve. After that one assault, the pigs didn't half the speed he cruised. Arson, petty theft, dealing dope on the street he moved. As he started getting rep, feeling hopeless, had been removed from his dark heart. Confidence coming from speed he used, having the last laugh. Coppers that honey me leaves confused. With twisted foresight, the fugitive keeps in tune, but his wisdom's short life was due for grim reaper soon. No turning back, flesh on earth, thoughts to reach the moon. Burn his tracks, but a friend had turned informant leaking news, believing that his boy was not as fucking weak and crude. Plus the being paranoid was not enough like he assumed. Now he's a number, shocked by the basic needs you lose. Keeps a rather sharp watch on the rapers seeking Jews. From king to dunce, alone in the corner he eats his food, cause the bigger cunts have shown him the borders to meet a bruise, and he had crossed it. Watches him with filthy glee and chews. Keeps it positive and optimist, cause he'll be free in June.
Can you guess my name here? My name here, my name John Doe. Thinking into darkness. John Doe. John Doe. The city's a jungle, only the strong will survive. John Doe. Car trees like the gravel, I'm in deep.
Back on the street with unpaid debts, cash to collect, and maggots to beat. His dumb mate's head bashed to regret his fucking dog act. First of many smashed till he bled like cutting on tap, a thirsty quenched by snapping his leg. 1,000 cash and funds, he got back at it again. Now he's catching up with contacts, so status commend to poverty's pinnacle. Living with the smack he befriended, locked as a criminal in prison. Kids are catching this trend. His new life begins to crack like hatching an egg, finding he's too tired to interact or casually blend, unless he's chasing Roman trains in raggedy threads, and begs the patrons to throw him change for snacks and a bed. Dishonesty is natural as adaption and death. Monotony's the capsule that he has to ingest. The quality of hassles that he tackles for rest sets the philosophy to battle off this habit is best. So he's checking home to rehab in a staggering mess, and goes to methadone, a cheaper thing than crappy injects with sharp needles. He finds that it's a valiant quest. His heartbeat will skip on crimes for which he hasn't confessed. As time flows in veins clear as category bends, he went from psycho to caged fear to tragically dense. Decides to make up for time with famine, repents to ride conveyor belts of life till the passionate end.
Straight from the street, John Doe. Thinking into darkness. John Doe. John Doe. The city's a jungle, only the strong will survive. John Doe. Car trees like the gravel, I'm in deep.
8 months later and on the brink of 25, plus he ain't done greater, but wrong to think he's getting by. Really stressed out, drug-free, straying from petty crime. He feels regret now, he's just been wasting when very high, striving for better odds to get accepted when he dies, and trying to get a job but gets rejected every time. But he keeps on, focused on blending with better kinds. He's gotta be strong and know from wrong friends he must advertise. His mother takes him in and doesn't ever question why. He used to rather hate his kid, not fucking care and terrorise, because he's back. Wrong side of the track he left behind, it wasn't Jack. All the long nights when he had no enterprise, for dollar-saving operations, stating pennies rise. He gets a common slave and occupation, making men their fries and flipping burgers. Wishing to purchase a Gemini, he's living nervous, thinks he isn't deserving a second try. Positive attitude is what it takes to exercise. I want to live happy through and squash the fate he set aside to greet the future. Now that he's far from the pesticide, he sees a tutor who's astounded he passes the test, she writes. After classes head to a bar to quench the dries. They depart, he asked to lend him her car until Wednesday night. With passion on his eye, it seemed right to let him drive. Now imagine what it's like to meet life as death arrives.